Kyokara Maoh. Add the Demon Queen with a female version. Prologue. The Healer's Last Breath. In the shadows of war, where the cries of men and beasts merged into a single dirge, Susannah Julia with blood-stained robes and fading breath, her hands, once renowned for healing, now trembled as she pressed them against the deep wound at her side. The battlefield was chaos, smoke, fire, and broken promises, yet even in the midst of death, she held serenity in her eyes. Conrart Weller knelt beside her, his sword discarded, his hands shaking. "You can't die here," he whispered. She smiled, faint and kind. "You promised to carry my soul, didn't you?" Her fingers touched his cheek. "Take me to a place where peace is more than a dream." As her pulse faded, so did her body, dissolving into the wind. Her consciousness, soft and eternal, drifted away into the great unknown. Chapter 1. At the day the water swallowed me. Yuria Shibuya was not ordinary. At 18, she was a force of intellect and grace. A medical student, a computer coder, a fashion designer, a young scientist, and a talented artist with a reputation for curiosity and kindness. She also baked cakes, cooked delicious meals, sewed beautiful clothes, and wrote stories in her notebooks, and she drew art and painted vivid scenes of places she'd never been. With fair skin, sleek long black hair, and bright black eyes that mirrored determination, she moved through the world like she belonged to a feature still being written. Her room was a living contradiction, medical textbooks stacked beside her sewing machine, a high-spec laptop humming with code, and a mannequin dressed in a glittering half-finished gown. That day, wearing her female school uniform, a crisp white blouse, navy skirt, and red tee, Yuria was walking past the old school courtyard when she saw them, 3 boys surrounding Murata, her quiet ex-classmate. She didn't hesitate. "Leave him alone," she said firmly. Her voice was gentle, but her stance was unshakable. They laughed. One of them shoved her hard. She stumbled into the girls' bathroom. Her head hit the water, and the world turned upside down. Chapter 2. A Kingdom of Demons and Destiny. She awoke on grass not her own. The sky was too bright, the wind too crisp. Towering trees with violet bark surrounded her, and armored figures stood at a distance. "A human girl?" one murmured. Yuria pushed herself up, head spinning. Her eyes scanned everything: a posture, weapons, architecture. This wasn't Earth. Her heart raced, but she stayed composed. And then he arrived, and on horseback, regal, calm, and dangerous. Conrart Weller. He dismounted in one fluid motion. His amber eyes found hers. In that moment, time paused. "Welcome, Your Majesty," he said. Chapter 3. A Queen Without Warning. The palace loomed, a place of marble and whispers. The nobles stared. One fourth swooned. Gwendol frowned. Wolfram sneered. "A girl? And a human? This is the new demon monarch." "And your mother is human," Yuria replied coolly. "Should I be judging you too?" The slap came swift on his cheek. Silence followed. "You just proposed," someone whispered. The duel that followed was chaos. Yuria, using wit and sharp instincts, chose a form of fencing similar to Olympic saber. Her body moved like water. Then her magic erupted. Water dragons formed in spirals, lifting her above the arena. Her power, like Julia's, was divine. From the crowd, Conrart watched, not with shock but admiration. Chapter 4. A Threads of Fate and the Soldier's Gaze. Days passed. She studied the palace like a scholar, learning its history and observing its politics. Conrart was her quiet guardian. He gave her space but was always nearby. At night, when she worked on dress sketches, He brought tea. You work harder than our whole army, he joked once. That's because I'm planning to redesign your armor, she replied, smiling. He watched her with a soldier's eye and a man's heart. One evening, after a diplomatic banquet, she fell asleep on a couch surrounded by her books. He draped a cloak over her shoulders, brushing a lock of hair from her face. "You're not just our queen," he whispered. "You're our hope." She stirred in her sleep, and smiled. To be continued.